Welcome to Chaos. Oh, you thought you were watching Satisfactory. How funny is that? Maybe we are in Satisfactory. Maybe. I will not confirm nor deny. Jokes aside, anyways. I kind of complicated things just a wee bit for myself in our build here, but you know what? I think it's gonna be fine. Don't mind the half done anything here, because right now I just needed to see a shape of a structure that sort of mimics what we got going on with the bridges there and the things up above. Because this entire blue crater area, besides being beautiful, because it's a beautiful area, it's gonna be one ginormous factory. Because we need to make fused pressure cube thingies, and we need to make a shit ton of tuber motors, and hence why we're here, because we got nitrogen gas nearby, we got copper, we got iron, we got lovely concrete, we got deuterium, and we have oil, which means we can make rubber, plastic, fuel, which I'm kind of working on right now, hence the chaos unfolding or expanding. I don't know. I've been doing this for a couple of hours, and I want to start filming earlier, but somehow I ended up here. What can I say? Well, I hope you all had a wonderful week. And thank you all for sticking with me. And hopefully we can meet my goal for our channel, because I don't see it as just my channel. I see it as ours. Because what I do to entertain you guys. Free entertainment. Of course, you gotta suffer through the very irritating ads on here, but that's the price. You gotta sit through an ad for 30 seconds to watch something for free. That some idiot like me spend way too many hours creating and editing and uploading. So yeah. That just means I like you guys a lot. Alright. So I had to try and configure what I was gonna do with the steppy steps, how to get down here, to get to the pipe. And I set up a small tower to help the oil move along. And we're gonna add a pump there too. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to. But also, I didn't want to enclose everything either, since I don't know how big this structure is going to be yet. And I kind of have a very, very dumb idea for the fuel burners. The fuel jennies, or whatever we're going to call them. The things that makes things go. I gotta stop watching Star Trek. Oh well. And I kept the underneath bit here open for now, because I don't know how much more water I need to add. Right now, is producing 1200 water, and yonder I have 2 oil extractors or extractors, right? Fully overticked. They got tickers. 2 overtickers. They're both fully overclocked. But since I have overclocked both of them, we kind of have a problem. Because this baby is by itself providing 600 crude oil per minute, which means 1 pipe Mark II. And since we don't have a Mark III pipe, which is bullshit that we don't, you know what that means. I need to do 1 more of these. And since I don't want it to be a total carbon copy of the one next to it, this is what we're gonna do. That way we have some sticky outy bits and it's gonna be fine. Because here we're gonna add in a bit of support to make it a bit more intriguing, I think. Let's just tinker a tiny bit, because I want some shape to this besides it being just square. And also I don't want it to be boring. Too many things nowadays are just plain boring. And I'm not trying to knock on you guys that like beige, neutral tones. But honestly, they are no fun. No fun. So I figured if we do something like that, right? Take that. And then we are gonna do that here. Bring that down. That goes nicely into the ground. Now I need this to go into the ground too. And what if we grab like that maybe? I don't know yet. Let's take a look, see, and then we can put another fluid buffer up there. That doesn't look terrible. Okay, I'm not mad at that. But yeah, I've been working on figuring out the logistics and how much I can extract from here without using up all of my oil, just in case we might need to get some more. Let's do that, have a tiny bit of fun with it. Yeah. Like that. Still somewhat contained, but also I don't want this area to look too serious compared to the other area up there. I want this to be a tiny bit more fun. Hey buddy. Yeah, I'll talk to you in just a second. And I know I am being a cheaty McCheat since I'm flying with my hover pack and you guys can't get to me. Sorry, bud. Okay. Maybe from the other side might be better. Come on, get in there. Thank you. Yeah, that looks good. Put one of those there. And that. Not that. Right now we are doing a drill here because I need to see where we need to add pumps. The pump, the little pump. Let's give you one there. And then you're doing great. Let's give it a hand there. Let's see. I know it's oil, so normally I would do that. Right? Paint it all black. But since we have two different lines running through here, and you're not doing what I'm asking you, edit, thank you. Still need the black tone, but we need to maybe a bit more bluish gray for the accent. Let's try that. And then we're gonna leave those two as a fun color. Well, the main line is flowing nicely, which is great. Okay. Now how am I gonna get you in there? We could hit the right buttons for starters. That would help. Not gonna happen though. If we do that, and just free boil. I think we might be able to get away with that. And bring it to the edge. Right. It's both a good thing, but also a bad thing at the same time. With the auto snapping to the wall thing. It makes it a bit more, well, let's just say intriguing doing this. Putting in the pipes and the belts. Let's just say you kind of have to be a bit more aware what you're doing. Or should we paint the other ones in a fun color and then just put the boring one on here where they intersect? Well, the fluid buffers are doing their job nicely though, nonetheless. Okie dokie. Let's see. Full. Good. Happy as a clam. Let's just put in these little buddies here. And then I don't need any of the weapons. Even though those little buddies next to the oil notes did try to get me earlier. They did. And I did consider displacing them. But honestly, I couldn't bring myself to do it. But I do think it's about time that I get back into Fallout 4 and go hunt some raiders instead. Come on, come on. Ah. I'll get rid of that one too. No, no, no. Oh, come on. It's not very cooperative, is it? Do it there, since I needed to go a tiny bit more differently this pipe than the other pipe. That might work. And let's bring that to there. That's a bit too far. Dang it. I do want it to look somewhat organic, but also somewhat organized. With emphasis on somewhat. Because if it looks too much like a lean, mean, pristine machine, is it really one of my builds? If there's nothing quirky going on somewhere. I don't think so. And also I have another silly thought. I wonder if these were stackable, but they are not, which sucks. Nope. There's a serious floor with the hover pack. It does a weird thing now and again. Well, it's like, oh yeah, you want to go down a bit? That's not gonna happen. You're gonna go straight up. I see, that looks about right. And to there. And to there. 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 And down we go. Right. And once again, just to help it out a bit, I'm gonna do that. And come on. You would just, there you go, thank you. And I know what we forgot to do on the way. So I will have to do some crawling around in the side of the walls, but that's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing to see here, and I haven't been doing this for hours. Well, I have. But who's counting? Because I want to make sure that I get to spend the weekend with my bestie if my bestie got time. Yep. Okay, gunmetal gray. You do you. Get in here. There. That one. No, that one. Thank you. Right. Yeah, I did promise an explanation to what's going on, didn't I? Well, since we are in need of making heavy oil residue to make some fuel, to make some other stuff that requires fuel, that means refineries. I did look at the blenders because for some reason my brain said, oh, that's no problem, we're just gonna make a bunch of blenders, everything will be a-okay, we'll be fine. Guess what? No alternate recipe in the blenders to take crude oil and turning it into fuel directly in the blender. You can make fuel in the blender, sure, no problemo. You can make beautiful diluted fuel, and you can make beautiful super duper fuel. But taking the crude oil from our oil extractors directly, no. C'est possible. Which sucks. So, but for now I have made sure that the 900 oils that we are getting from the 2 nodes that we have tapped, and we got more nodes here. I haven't said hi to all of them, hence why they're not on the map, but there are more nodes here. And that's why you check your lines. Alright, back to the struggle we go. And we need to put that back on, thank you. Merci beaucoup. And, yeah, there. And I'm not gonna paint these until I'm done painting the Mark 1 pipe. This one will need to be a tiny bit crooked. It's gonna be fine, I promise. Right, pipe, no indicator. Vámonos, vámonos. This side is good. And later, if I feel so inclined, I might redo these pipes just for funsies. Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how bad my OCD gets. And my ADHD on top of it. It's not the best combination. No, it's not. And that one needs to be black. Right. Huh? No, mister. You cannot escape me. I'm inevitable. You shall become gunmetal grey. Whether you want to or not. Ooh. Wait a minute. We can eat those. Good. Ha. And would you look at that. Plenty of room to move around. And be a bunny. Or squirrel. Or both. Bunny squirrel. So. Since we are in need of producing as much heavy oil residue as we possibly can, the best recipe, unfortunately, let me hit the right thing, right? It's this one. Since we are going from heavy oil and if you need more polymer than this one, but we need most of this, right? And I gotta redo an entire area again. That's me problem for later. I don't know why I took this one. With this one the math is right. But I just want the heavy oil residue because we can make more fuel this way. It gets a tiny bit more convoluted. Not gonna lie. But in the long run, it's worth it. But maybe we can make this work. Right? I know we can. If I keep getting the wrong thing, then we can't. But if I hit the right thing, or let's be a smarty pants for once, more than normal, because I can already hear you in the comments being like, well, you are smarty pants. Normally I wouldn't disagree, but since my brain is running on way too much coffee, not enough sleep, my smutty pantsy ways are not the best today. And that is not me complaining, that is me being totally and absolutely honest. Alright. Let's try to be a tiny bit more considerate to ourselves. This much. And I wish my thermos wouldn't keep interrupting and distracting me. Alright, so how are we gonna fix my little blunder? We need more tickers, and as you guys can see, I got plenty. So if we do that, that is gonna thank you autosave, and thank you for autosaving when I looked absolutely horrific. Cool. So if we just put one ticker in, that is gonna consume 45. That's not enough. So if we add one more, so 2 tickers per machine, that is gonna give us 60. And since these little beautiful darlings are primed for the math for 60, we're just gonna have to do this. And I'm doing this manually, otherwise you can copy and paste it already with machine overticked, right? But this way, doing it manually means when my brain later is like, did you remember? I can I can say with confidence that yes, we did. You saw me. $60. Thank you. And if we didn't overtick the refineries here and trying to get as much heavy oil residue as humanly possible, and I'm pretty sure in this game we're not human, since if we fall into the abyss, which I have unfortunately done way too many times, more than I would like to admit to, and you get to respawn back at base, even though that means you gotta get your hiding gear and get your stuff out of the void. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So, and since we kind of have to stress test this just a wee bit, let's start with grabbing a power line. And yes, I know I could have done it from my keyboard as well, but since I do want to test it one line at a time here, to make sure things are hunky-dory. And since we gotta check all of the lines, that one is nice and full. Are you struggling, baby? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me make it better. Alright. Well, let's just help it out a bit. Otherwise, the struggle will be real. Oh, great. My allergies are acting up again. I don't get it. Honestly, I took my antihistamine medicine for allergies earlier today. And they're supposed to last about 12 hours, I think. Let's see, how is that? Is that better? Are you doing it? you are not doing it. Why are you not doing it? Okay, let's try this. Even though technically this is just gonna need a wee bit. Okay, I'm not happy with this. Not happy at all. I am not a happy camper. So how can we improve this? And yes, I am aware we are having some clipping, but you know what? I don't care. I do not care. I just need this to work. Right. Let's try the pump again. I'm gonna give it 2. That way one pump doesn't get jelly over the other pump. That way they both get some attention. Now, are you gonna? Yes! It's alive! Okay. And you're making fuel. Stop that. And you're making heavy oil. Good. Whee! Whee! Let's just empty the entire network. Which is fine for now. Let's just make sure. Nice heavy oil, good. And that's why you check your work. Why didn't you change when I told you to, buddy? Hmm? Silly machine. Ah, that hurt. Oh well. And yes. All right. Now we need to grab the power here. And we're just gonna bring it with us to the end. Come on. And yes, I went a tiny bit overboard with the monitors here, but I didn't want to take anything for granted, you know? So that line is working. Alright, let's see if we screwed up some more. Oh, something is alive. And lastly but not leastly, the last line of defense. Not really, but you know. We only have the fun we make ourselves. So I think we actually managed to do it. We are making heavy oil residue. Oh, that means we need to get the purple. Those are my beautiful output. Output? Yes, that kind of makes sense, right? And since you are making heavy oil residue, you get to be purple too, which is nice. I like purple. But I like doing this once I'm done checking, making sure things are running. Then I get to color and have a tiny bit of fun, you know. That is my tiny reward besides the coffee. And the rest, I think, once we change the customizable color back to black, I think the rest we're gonna actually paint black. And then the zoom line, our export line with the polymer resin, should we turn that blue? I don't know, but this is what we're going to be working on. Next time I might be tinkering a tiny bit off screen besides what I already have been doing. And you might see a chaos tower right over there. That, my beautiful darlings, is compacted coal. And that comes from our facility way over there. So that is going to be a mini factory. And if we need to, we can tack on to this with the concrete. Yes. Why is there a spider web? Bad spider. And I just cleaned here earlier today. That muffle works quick. But yeah. So hopefully this wasn't too boring. I need to put things down, tinker a bit, to see how are we gonna make things go. And I know some people like to make an entire blueprint and a schematic and do the math like that. I take my Fedora off for those type of people. I'm not one of them. But I did do the math. Otherwise I wouldn't know that I could overclock the machines to 300 and 600 with the oil, which means 900. So then trying to figure out, okay, how much oil do I need to put into one refinery? And the answer is 60, right? Because we need to eat all of the oil from the oil pumps. So you divide 60 with 900 and you get 15. So 15 refineries. And then you have to figure out, what are you gonna do with the material that you do not need? Yes, I could turn it into rubber. Yes, I can turn it into other things. But right now, I don't want to do that. Right now, I just want to make sure that my 15 machines all were getting enough oil and that I had enough pressure on the pipes to get the oil where the oil needs to go. Make sense? And from my many hours in this beautiful game, I have learned the hard way. You better set up some munchers. Especially when you have some machines that cannot and should not be standing still. And since we're testing the system anyways, munchers. Plus it looks kind of cool. And I get to play a tiny bit with the smart splitters. And the reason why is if this gets too full, then this one will eat the rest. And since this one is only taking care of one line and we're not producing that huge amount of polymer resin yet, no problem. So 2 are needed. The third one is just a safety blanket. Yes, safety blanket. Now the question is, should we paint these blue or purple or black? Or should we try the gunmetal gray? I kind of like the gunmetal gray, to be honest. Let's try them in the gunmetal. Honestly, they look good in the gunmetal. Okay. And they still haven't fixed the escalators. Look at that. They're still only painting one side, not the entire thing as they should. Come on, Coffee Stain. I very much enjoy your game, but this is bullshit. Yeah? This is baloney. Please fix this. Por favor. But the machines looks good in the gunmetal. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Right. So next time there might be a tiny bit more machines, and there might be a tiny bit more pipes or a bit more walls, because I'm not going to promise that I'm going to stay away from fiddling and tinkering, because that would be lying and I'm no good at that anyways. So but before we sign off totally and absolutely, let me show you a couple of few things that I think is kind of cool. Just imagine walls here too and a ceiling, right? Bum, 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 bum. And we have a small observational. I thought that was kind of neat. And safety, we're gonna have either railings or walls, I'm not sure yet, or windows. Might get some windows. Like I said, I'm not sure yet. And those need some walls too, but that is on to-do list for later, not for now. But let me show you what I did with my compacted coal for now. And I did make myself a nice little squirrely way to get in and out. Yes, I did. And would you look at that? No kamikaze falls. So when or if I get visitors on my save here, I'm not gonna kill them on purpose. So let's just head on up, and here from this little nookie nook, I know it's clipping into the storage bin, but I don't care. It makes perfect sense because this way you can keep an eye on what's going on. You can get up, say hi, watch your head. And we are wearing helmets in this game anyways, so it's fine. Oh, I already got a bunch of coupons. So I have a beautiful programmable splitter here, and of course overflow. And in case you guys do not know, when we get to the super duper fuel part, there is two ways we can go about it. The refinery way, or, well, we're gonna go the refinery way, because if we were gonna go the blender way, it's gonna get completely convoluted, and we're not making petroleum coke, and I do not want to waste my heavy oil residue to make petroleum coke. Let's just yeah, let's use that spot down there, and let me quickly show you before say bye-bye. So one more thing, and then we're gonna call it good for today. Oh, come on, you're being a silly billy. Fine. Can I put you there? Yes, yes I can. Thank you. So, as you guys can see, fuel, heavy oil residue, and that's why my brain was stuck on fuel, right? But it also wants sulfur and petroleum coke. And I'm gonna repeat that next time we see one another as well, so we all are on the same page. Whereas in the refinery, we have two options. One is an alternate, which is great. That's a good one. So here we go directly from fuel with compacted coal in a refinery to super duper fuel, right? But if we go my way, we take heavy oil residue. Yes, I know it's a greater number, 37.5, whereas the other one is 22.5 per minute. But the output is less, 18.75, right? So remember 18.75. But if we go with and the compacted coal, we get twice, almost twice as much super duper fuel. So for me, that is a no-brainer. But if we were to do the more complicated way and turning our heavy oil residue into fuel, diluted fuel, is more beneficial, and petroleum coke, and we're to hijack some sulfur. We already have some sulfur, but if we were to do that, it would only make 45 So only 15 more than this. And it would need way more resources. Same amount of heavy oil, mind you. But on top of that, fuel, sulfur, petroleum coke. Yes, so we are going with the alternate best option. And we're gonna combine it with diluted fuel. Oh, we were heading back, that's right. Because I want to see it from up here. Yes, right now it looks like a floaty mess. But I do promise you, once we expand it a tiny bit and made room for more water extractors, and we're gonna expand it to the side as well, I think it's gonna look good. I don't want to make it too tall. And then we gotta pick a spot to put our fuel generators as well. So plenty of things to do. Since over there is looking great. In case you didn't see it in the last episode. Honestly, it looks great. But I hope I did show it off in the last episode. I'm not sure. And the worst part is, it's not that long ago I edited it. And put it up here. Can I remember? No. But yeah, that is looking good. Tiny bit of more walling to do, but I got a tiny bit more excited about doing super duper fuel. Even though it's a tiny bit convoluted and a bit more brain intensive, I like it. So yeah, that's all for this time, and I hope I see you all, well, in the next one. Have a great weekend, and just remember, I very much appreciate it, and thank you for being here. Bye bye. Alt. Oh. Hey. Oh. Cheers. See you in the next one. Right. Is that? Yes.